All right, how are you doing? This is day number 1 of wearing your hearing devices. We practiced in the office how to put them in, take them out, put them on the charger, or put the batteries in. We went through, we did all of that, and now you're at day number 1, right? So again, first I need to commend you again for these little steps that you've taken. They've got you to this point, right, in your hearing journey. And we're going to be moving forward in the next few days, few weeks, few months, few years, and following right beside you as you continue on this hearing journey to connect more with those around you and be able to hear and understand, which we've been lacking, right? So day 1. So day 1 for your homework today, remember, we still want you to read out loud 15 to 30 minutes a day so you can get used to your own voice. But I want you to keep notes. I want you to get a journal or get a piece of paper or somewhere where you can write down. If you want to do it on your phone, do it on your phone. But write down the things what are you hearing? What are the things that you didn't notice you were hearing that now you are, right? And how do you feel about that? Again, I've had some patients where they haven't heard certain sounds. They thought the birds migrated away, and now all of a sudden, like, they can hear the birds chirping again. And that brings them so much joy and happiness. That makes me feel good. I love being able to hear the birds. And I have other patients that are like, I don't want to hear the birds. I'm tired of hearing the birds. Now I hear the birds even louder, right? So a lot of what we're going to be going through this first week is going to depend on you. And it's going to depend on where your mind is, okay? We call it mindset. If we're always focused on the negative, guess what we're going to get? We're going to get the negative. If we're always focused on the positive, what are we going to get? We're going to get the positive. And I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything or say, hey, just focus always on the positive. But I want you to be open to what are you experiencing? And is that a positive or is it a negative? And you can write it down. But as you start to go through your list of things, maybe we can do that as a fun little exercise. List everything and then put a P for positive or an N for negative or a plus for positive, minus for negative, and go through it. And then start to just be more consciously aware. Am I writing down more negative things or more positive things? First step is go through and do this activity. That's going to help you along the way. Now, remember, we're trying to get to those main goals that you had set in the appointment that you wanted to hear better. Some patients notice right away that, wow, like I'm hearing the TV so much clearer, I can lower the volume, right? And others, it takes them some time for their brain to adapt to everything, and it takes time to get to 100% where we're hitting target. So that's why hitting target is so important, because if we're off target, I've seen patients where just 5 decibels, just a little bit softer, they can go from understanding 40% of the words to 80% just in a 5 decibel difference, right? So that's why it's important that we do realer measurement and we hit target and everything, and you're getting there, and you're going to be there in a couple of weeks. So biggest thing is be patient with yourself and just enjoy this journey and enjoy this time that you have hearing again. So write down some of these things, positive, negative, that you're noticing. And I would love for you to share your feedback with somebody. So if you're on social media, jump on YouTube, share a video, right? Or on and Facebook, if you're on Facebook or Instagram, if you're not, just share it with a family member or your spouse or your kids. Like, what are you noticing? Because there's been so many people as they've gone through getting help with their hearing with hearing devices that we haven't followed because of HIPAA and all these other laws. People haven't really shared the journey. And I encourage you to share your journey, because not only is it something that your family can look back to and see, but you can see your progress and journey that you've taken. So each night, jump on, just record yourself with your phone or with your video camera on your computer. What was today like? What was the good things? What was the not so good things? What do those things mean to you? Because these moments are going to not only be able to help when you share that with somebody else, it's also going to be able to help you as you go through this process. So I hope and encourage you to be a positive influence for the community, for the hearing community. I've had so many patients that have come in, potential patients that have come in where they've heard stories from their neighbor or family friend or somebody that has hearing aids, and they're leaving them in a drawer. If you're leaving your hearing aids in a drawer, that there's something wrong. You don't invest in your hearing and then not use that. And yeah, I've been able to see what some of those issues are because other places have taken shortcuts, or they've gotten a device that they thought was going to solve their problem and it was the wrong device. So if you have any friends or family that do have hearing devices or have hearing loss, share your experience with them and what you're going through. And if it's a positive experience, it's going to have a great effect on them. And just a quick story, I have one patient where she's an author, best-selling author, written a ton of books, and is retired now, but still loves to be part of a community. And she had a book club, and in that book club, she was struggling with her hearing aids that she had to hear. And everybody was noticing in the group, and she was asking people to repeat and repeat and repeat, and it was very, very frustrating. And it can be confusing to people because they're like, well, you have hearing aids. Well, why aren't you hearing? Well, if the hearing aids are not functioning the way they need to, or they're not fit for your hearing loss, you're not going to hear the best you can. So her friend who had come into Heroes of Hearing and had a night and day experience from some of the other hearing aids that she had tried out, and she told her friend about us, and now her friend is part of the group, and she wrote a note. She told her friend, she just said, "This is the best thing I've ever done. Thank you." And it was because of her example, her experience that she had with hearing better, that she was able to pass that on. And so I commend you or I recommend that you share your journey with others, because it's going to help them. And if you're struggling with something, it's okay to share that, but let me know what those are so we can find a solution for you, so we can have you have a great positive outcome. So again, that's going to be your homework for day one. Sorry this video is a little long, but keep pushing forward, and I'm excited for the transformation that you're embarking on. See you in tomorrow's video.